Everyone, today I'm gonna talk about word stress. To communicate clearly when you are speaking in English, it is important to stress the correct syllables in each word. It is called word stress, which means pronouncing one syllable of a multisyllabic word with a greater emphasis, which means stress, than the other syllables in the word. Here are four general rules to keep in mind about word stress as you practice pronunciation. We have four different types of word stressing. First is stress the first syllable of the we have most two-syllable nouns. Example: climate, knowledge, knowledge. Okay. Most two-syllable adjective. Example: flippant, spacious. Stress the last syllable of the second, stress the last syllable of most two-syllable verbs. Example: required, desired. Third is stress the second to last syllable of we have words that end in IC. Example: ecstatic, geographic. Word ending in SIO and TON. Example: extension and retribution. And the fourth, stress the third from last syllable of words that end in CI, TI, V, and G. Example: democracy, certainly, geography, radiology. Words that end in AL, AL. Example: exceptional and critical.
I thought I had it all together, but I was led astray. The day you walked away, you were the clock that was ticking in my home. Changed my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love so hard to find.
we got him.
In English, there are certain suffixes that affect the placement of stress in a word. These suffixes are very common in academic and business vocabulary, often appearing in families of words. Correctly placing word stress is critical for helping your listener recognize your words. So it's a good idea to learn the rules for predicting word stress based on suffixes. Now, can you figure out the pattern in the pronunciations of words with these suffixes? Listen to the two example sentences. The presidential campaign has been competitive in the opinions of many, and politicians are not eager to mollify voters just yet. The second is, if you are curious about astronomical phenomena, you will find substantial information online. So those suffixes you can see in this senses is presidential, competitive, opinions, politicians, and mollify. The second sentence is curious, astronomical, substantial, and information.
Now I will talk about how to stress compound noun and compound adjective. What is a compound noun? Compound nouns are made up of two words that go together to form a new word. Most compound nouns are made up of a noun that modifies a noun like gas station, bedroom, or an adjective that modifies a noun like blue jean, blackbird. Compound nouns always have the main stress on the first syllable and the secondary stress on the following word. Note that a compound noun has a different meaning than two separate nouns next to each other. For example, in the sentences, he is my boyfriend. If you put the main stress on boy and the minor stress on friend. The above sentence means he is my lover, and if you stress on both words, he is my boyfriend, it's meaning he is my friend, my male friend. As for compound adjective, there are two types. If is a pair of adverb adjective or adjective, the main stress will fall on the following word. If it is a noun adjective pair, the stress will fall on the preceding syllable.
When it comes to the part of speech, noun and verb are among the best known and intuitively understood. One of these is compound verb. A compound verb is made up of one or more words. They are sometimes called serial verbs because one verb follows another. You will often find compound verbs that share a subject. Compound verbs are formed in several ways. You can add a preposition in prepositional verb, make a phrase with a phrasal verb, add a helping verb in a verb with an auxiliary, and make a phrase or combine two words together into a compound single word verb. Each of these results in a different form of compound verb. Compound nouns are words for people, animals, places, things, or ideas, made up of two or more words. In many compound nouns, the first word describes or modifies the second word, giving us insight into what kind of thing an item is, or providing us with clues about the item's purpose. The second word usually identifies the item. Compound nouns are sometimes one word like haircut or bedroom. They are often referred to as close or solid compound nouns. Sometimes compound nouns appear as two separate words, like full moon, Christmas trees, and swimming pool, or some examples of compound nouns that are formed with two separate words.
Reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourself, themselves. Reflexive pronouns are rarely used in English. One occasion where reflexive pronouns are used in English is for implicites. For example, I meet the dinner myself. I need you to read the book yourself. I bought the car himself. I could also add more expenses by adding or by, for example, my boy painted the picture, or I himself, without the help of anyone else. Other times where reflexive pronouns are used when the pronouns is the object of the possible positions, referring to a subject. For example, she enjoyed going to holiday by herself. I bought the new jumper for himself. The last occasions to use reflexive pronouns is when they use the reflexive verbs. For example, I hope that you enjoy yourself. They have hurt themselves. Now we have export now and pronouns read all about non-infections to find out how the endings of now can change depending on the context. This extra knowledge will improve your English language skill future.